What's up guys, Schmitty here, welcome back to another video. Today guys, I want to give you my list of 5 things that I think Black Ops 4's multiplayer needs. Now we're just going to be focusing on the normal multiplayer that we all know and love today. I'm not going to get into the game needs campaign, the game doesn't need this, does need this, all that. We're just going to be focusing on the multiplayer. So as we go through this stuff, let me know if you agree or disagree and drop some stuff down below if you guys think I missed some stuff. I could do another one of these if you guys would want to see one, but just thought I would put one out there today since we're kind of getting close to the reveal. We're kind of still waiting on some stuff we're going to see, but we've gotten some information. Whether it's true or not, we'll still have to wait and see. But I want to give you guys my list of 5 things I think this game's multiplayer needs. Number 1, boots on the ground. And this is not just for my personal preference or for what you may think you want. If you're a fan of the advanced movement and the jetpacks and all that stuff, that's totally fine. The reason I feel this game needs boots on the ground is because it's still the majority want for Call of Duty. And since we're only 1 year removed from the advanced movement era of Call of Duty, I just don't think it's a good time to go back and bring that back to Call of Duty already. Fans are still, for the majority, not wanting this, and I feel like by putting this in Black Ops 4, it's going to turn a lot of people off from the game right away. Black Ops 3 was one thing, you know, coming off of Advanced Warfare, people didn't really enjoy that game's advanced movement, you know, but Treyarch still did a very good job with Black Ops 3. They turned what, you know, a lot of people thought was just going to be a flop of a game because it was going to be another jetpack game. They turned it into a masterpiece. This time around, they still could, but I feel like it's still going to turn a lot of people off if this game does come out and it does have advanced movement in it. So for that, I think it needs boots on the ground. Would I personally be upset with advanced movement? You know, if it was like Black Ops 3, I don't think it would totally turn me off from the game at all. But I feel like for the majority of the community, this game has to be boots on the ground. Number 2, this game needs a good selection of maps, and I mean both as far as number of maps and the maps being good themselves. Coming off of World War II, we had 9 maps at launch, 10 if you had the season pass and you got Carrington. But that's just not enough. In a day and age of, you know, video games where we need as much content as possible and we need it as consistent as possible, to have the lowest amount of maps in Call of Duty history in this day and age is unacceptable. Coming off of that with World War II, it really burned the game out for a lot of people right away. Now that we're getting more DLC maps in, they've given a couple of them to us for free. Things have changed up a little bit, and of course, you know, with the overhaul of the game's mechanics, it's made the game a lot more fun. Still, nonetheless, it does not excuse the fact that we did not have a good amount of maps at launch, and on top of that, they were not very good maps. Now, are they the worst maps in COD history? Maybe 1 or 2 you could argue, but overall, I mean, there's not a map in World War II that I look at and say, this is top tier, great map, I love playing this map. I just don't get that vibe with any of them in this game. And I don't really have a doubt that Treyarch can bring great maps and a good number of them to Black Ops 4. It's just coming off of World War II, that's something that I do not want to see again. It really just burned the game out for me. Like I said, I'm still having a ton of fun with it. Since they've changed the game up and everything, it's become a lot more enjoyable. But especially at launch, that is not something to keep your community engaged in your game for the long run. So they need to have a good number of maps, at least like 13, 14 in that range. Heck, maybe even more. Like I said, we're in 2018. It's time to get more content than we've ever seen before. But nonetheless, if they keep around that number and they're good maps, that's fine, but we need good map selection this year. Number 3, a fair supply drop system. Now, supply drops are not going anywhere. People comment this all the time. Take supply drops out of Call of Duty will be back to the way things were in the past. And first of all, it's not that simple, and that wouldn't make it the case at all. That's not true. Second of all, supply drops aren't going anywhere. First of all, they make Activision way too much money, so they're not going anywhere in that sense. And I personally don't have a problem with them. I think they're fun things to go after and to open. They just need to make them fair. And Call of Duty World War II started out that way. They had special orders to go out and earn the guns directly. That got removed. It's since been much more of a kind of not quite to Black Ops 3, but, you know, getting there in that sense of, you know, you're more reliant on RNG luck out of supply drops to get those weapons. Cosmetics, you can load that crap up. I don't care. Like they started out with World War II, you could still get the guns out of the orders, and if you wanted variants, I mean, that was when the supply drop stuff came in with that. But now to just get the guns has become more of a supply drop centered thing, and we cannot have that. In my opinion, they need to do what Infinite Warfare did. Give the base model of every new gun that comes in to the Call of Duty game to all the Season Pass owners. If you have the Season Pass, you get the base model of every new gun that comes into that game. If you want to go after variants, if you want to get all that cosmetic stuff, go spend your money, go grind and get supply drops or whatever. but for every new weapon that comes into the game, it needs to be given to the Season Pass holders. And you can also, if people don't want to have the Season Pass, you can give them a challenge to go out and do that like Infinite Warfare had. Infinite Warfare may get a lot of flack as far as the game itself goes, but no game has had the supply drop system like it. It has been by far the most fair supply drop DLC weapon system we've ever had. We need something like that. We need a fair supply drop system. Because first of all, if you don't do that, like I said, it's not fair to people. You're cutting out their content that they should have the right to. I mean, they've already spent enough money. I mean, they've gotten the game, and especially for people that buy the Season Pass, like, you need to give them all the content. That's what the Season Pass should mean. And second of all, it just kills motivation, because you see all these people with these guns that just got them just by total complete luck. They pulled them out of a supply drop, and it just kills your motivation to want to play that game, because it's like, you know, I could open 10,000 of these drops and never get that gun that guy has. It really just kills the vibe for the game, so they need to make it fair. Number 4, another thing coming off of Call of Duty World War II, this game needs to be complete at launch. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty World War II were not complete games at launch, and I'm talking about basic stuff that's been in Call of Duty since day one. Stuff like combat records, leaderboards, paint jobs, all that stuff. And if you're going to bring something crazy, new, and innovative to a game, make sure that it's going to work at least within the first couple days of the game launching, not 1 month later. I'm talking about you, headquarters in COD World War II. We cannot have that stand by and wait for it to work 1 month into the game. You guys have to have your stuff done, completed. Call of Duty doesn't just have this problem. Many games have this problem of not being complete at launch, and it's very annoying, and it's another one of those things that can turn people off from your game right away. A lot of people just straight up gave up on World War II. They're like, this game doesn't work, it's not getting the support it deserves, and they've given up on it. Like I said, now Call of Duty World War II, massively supported, going very well. They've made the necessary changes. Game's been going great. But if you don't start off well, you know, people aren't going to put up with Call of Duty stuff too much longer. Like, you guys have to get your stuff together, and look, if you got this massive sack to move up your release date 1 month earlier this year, man, it better be complete. Because if anything, after the last couple of years, Call of Duty's release date should be moved back, not forward. Well, look, you've had games not be complete at launch when they've released in November. You moving it up a month, it damn well better be complete. And lastly, the 5th thing here, no matter what happens with this game, no matter what things they put in, what new changes they implement, what innovations they make, this game has to be fun. Don't give me this stuff with historical accuracy or any of that stuff. Just make the game fun. If it's going to have advanced movement in it, make the game fun. If it's going to bring specialists back, fine. Just make the game fun. You're not going to please everybody no matter what anybody does, let alone trying to please the COD community, because that is damn near impossible. The Call of Duty community is full of some of the most whiniest crybaby people I've ever seen in my life. So you're not going to please everyone no matter what this next game for Black Ops 4 does. But look, the game just has to be fun. Make sure the guns are fun. Make sure the game is fast-paced so it keeps stuff flowing and doesn't ever get boring. Keep community events like we've seen in Modern Warfare Remastered and Call of Duty World War II. Keep those coming. Keep people engaged. Keep people interested. Keep people coming back to the game. Make this game a fun and exciting experience and something that people want to hop on for every single day. I can't stress it enough. I feel like this is the most important part for this year. We gotta stop getting so serious with this stuff and just make it fun. This game has to be fully engaged. I mean, Call of Duty is getting beat by other games for putting out content and keeping things fresh and keeping their community happy. Just everything. They've got to do it all this year. But at the bottom line, the game has to be fun. Anyway, that's my list of 5 things that I feel like Call of Duty's multiplayer must have this year. Like I said, if you guys have other stuff that you think I left out today, make sure to drop it down below. I could do another list if you guys want me to see it, so if you guys drop enough stuff down below that I feel like makes another good enough list, we can talk about it and discuss it in another video sometime later on. But of course, for the 5 things that I left, make sure to leave your thoughts on them down below. I'm sure not everybody's going to agree because it's the Call of Duty community. Like I said, not going to make everybody happy. Nonetheless, I thought this would be fun to do. Get away from all the crazy rumors, speculation, whether it's fake, real, whatever. Just get away from that stuff and talk about what I feel this game needs to have this year. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. Make sure to smack the Schmidt out of the like button down below. If you guys are new to the channel and you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below to keep up to date with all of this new Call of Duty information, whether that be with World War II or upcoming stuff with Black Ops 4. We're 2.5 weeks away from the community reveal event to where we get to see what we're going to be getting this year from Treyarch and Black Ops 4. And make sure to turn those notifications on down below so you guys know when those videos go live. We're almost at 2.8 thousand subs, guys, so really would appreciate your support down below. And you guys bet, man, when this Black Ops 4 news hits, things are going to get crazy here on the channel. I'm going to be covering all of it. I am so excited for Call of Duty this year. I really feel like this is the year of Call of Duty that we've all been waiting for. Hopefully you guys all have a good one. I will see you guys on another video. So long, everybody.